Hey everybody, Hat Creature here. Volume level seems to be fine. Voice isn't hoarse from screaming. So Boba Fett episode 3 came out today. Today is Wednesday. I really do enjoy getting photos of the whole thing, but I want to get it out in a timely manner. Couldn't get it out on Wednesday, so you're seeing this on Thursday. Episode 3 is amazing. I feel the show is getting better and better the further it goes along, but they went back to a shorter episode again. The first episode was 35 minutes. Second episode was, I believe, 50 minutes. And episode 3 is 34 minutes. Now, if you actually go to Disney Plus, you will see that it's 39, 55, 39, but we don't count the credits. So 34 minutes compared to the 50 minutes of episode 2. Really disappointed that they're going for that. The shorter episodes, they try so hard to fit so little in so little time, which is quite impressive that you're struggling to do that. But anyway, episode 3 is getting good. They're finally backing away from the flashbacks. In episode 1 and 2, a majority of those episodes are the flashbacks. You see Boba Fett escaping the Sarlacc pit. You see him making friends with the Tusken Raiders, and all of that is in the first 2 episodes, and those are amazing scenes. But the finally walking away from the flashbacks and focusing more on the present, which is good, because the whole point of the show is that Boba Fett is a crime lord. He's supposed to be running Jabba's empire, and we learn more about that this episode. Not too much, however. There's still not a lot actually happening. Like a lot of things happen, but the episode is so short, it doesn't feel like a lot is happening. Like things go by, but they go by quickly enough to where it doesn't feel like it happened. It was only 34 minutes long, man, without commercials. So anyway, the actual episode itself, we learn what exactly Jabba the Hutt's territory was. So in Star Wars Episode 4, 5, 6, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi. Sorry, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. We understand exactly what Jabba was in control of. So Jabba was in control of the city of Mos Espa, I believe. It's a hard one for me to say. Mos Eisley is good, but Mos Espa, I'll have to say it some more. But he's in control of the tiny city of Mos Espa, not Mos Eisley, which I thought he was in control of. Yeah, like in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, there is a scene. I don't know if it's in the official version, but there is a scene where Jabba actually meets Han Solo in what I believe is Mos Eisley, and he's talking about it and all that stuff. And I just can't see Jabba going to a completely different city to talk to one guy who owes him money when he could have had anybody else do it. I mean, he had Greedo do it, but I can't see Jabba doing that. So it's weird that he's in control of Mos Espa and not Mos Eisley, but that's besides the point. So after Jabba died, all of his territory was taken by Bib Fortuna. And that's something I really like about this episode, because when Disney got in control of Star Wars, they threw everything in the garbage, said, "You're trash, I'm better than you." And then they make up their own universe as slowly as possible. Because goodness gracious, why give the fans something they want? But this episode, I don't remember who's making this show, because I'm too lazy to look. But the people making this show, they know what the fans like. And they know that there are so many stories that were just thrown away by Disney. And this episode in particular actually shows something that was thrown away. There's a huge, incredible arc about what happens after Jabba the Hutt dies, with Bib Fortuna taking over Jabba's palace. So in Legends specifically, Bib Fortuna was trying to assassinate Jabba the Hutt. Now, if you don't know who Bib Fortuna is, in Return of the Jedi, he was the Twi'lek, the white with the claws, and he has that tentacle around him. And then at the end of Mandalorian Season 2, he's on Jabba's throne, and he's, fat now. That's Bib Fortuna. He was Jabba's right-hand man, but in Legends, he was actually trying to assassinate Jabba. He made a deal with this cult, and he was going to assassinate him, but Jabba died before he could assassinate him. So, hey, easy money, right? No. What happened was that after Jabba died, the cults, well, they're a cult, so they're insane. They have their own religious sect going on. When Bib Fortuna got what he wanted, they're like, you've completed your journey. You've gotten what you wanted. You have reached enlightenment. And enlightenment is in all ways, for all people, is... Where is it? That. So what you're seeing here, this is a... what's it called? Oh gosh. What's it called? Bomar Walker. There we go. So the Bomar Walker is a spider bot that is controlled by brain. Now, the only functions you have once you're in the spider bot is basically walking around. I'm sure there's other things you could do, but that's it. So their whole thing is, once you've reached an enlightenment, I believe, they take out your brain and they put it in this droid, and you live the rest of your life in their version of bliss. And Bib Fortuna reached those qualifications according to their cult, and they backstabbed him and didn't give him Jabba's empire. They put him inside that spider bot. And oh, you can't see me anymore. Sorry. This dude right here, see him? He's fat, right? And he's a Twi'lek, although he's blue in this one. But the story goes that Bib Fortuna got to be good friends with this guy, and a whole long story, but he eventually double-crossed this other Twi'lek. I believe they're Twi'leks. Oh gosh, I might get it wrong. He might not even be a Twi'lek. Hold on. Is he? Yeah, he is a Twi'lek. I'm stupid. But he double-crosses this guy, and he trades places with him. He puts... I believe he either kills him or puts his brain inside the spider bot, and then Bib Fortuna takes over his body. And this guy is fat, just like Bib Fortuna was at the end of Mandalorian Season 2. And in the beginning of Boba Fett Episode 3, we see that spider bot just scurry outside Jabba's palace. It's a spider bot. It's the same thing, and there's a brain in there, and it just walks across the screen, and that's just their way of basically saying, hey, all that stuff still happened. We brought it back. We can't officially bring it back, but this is as good as we can do right now. And just having that one little scene and looking back at, fat Bib Fortuna, it all kind of clicks together. So, Legends is alive unofficially. Little by little, it's coming back. And it's little things like that that do it. So that was really nice to see. Now, I'm not really talking about the episode much, but it's a good episode. When good things happen, there's really not much to say other than what happened. When bad things happen, you can go into excruciating detail on all the horrible things that happened. You can go up and down and describe your entire tragedy of how you survived the plane crash. But can you honestly go detail for detail on just sitting in a chair, riding a plane? No. And if you can, good job. I don't want to watch. Screw that. That's boring as fuck. So anyway, Boba Fett hires the local biker gang. So these kids, Boba is slowly gaining forces and gaining power in Mos Espa. He's recruiting people, making alliances, making enemies, and he's starting to feel like an actual crime boss. He's starting to feel not powerful, but he's starting to feel legitimate. And You might remember in my first review for Star Wars, I was saying that Boba Fett's weak. He's you're, you're softer than bread. I said that, and I wasn't the only one who said that. So if anybody watched episode 1 and thought I was going too hard on Boba Fett, well, guess what, buddy? The show said he was weak. A character actually comes out and says that no one respects you. So I'm not the only one who caught it. So if anybody was salty and didn't like my review because I insulted Boba Fett, well, good job, buddy. You shouldn't like the show either. Because nobody respects Boba and everybody says it. No one respects you. And that's good. It's good that it calls attention to it. Because if we're the only ones who see it and not the actual people in the show, then there's a huge divide. And we're not on the same page. But everyone's on the same page now. Not only did we see that he was having problems and he wasn't doing good enough as a crime lord, the people of Mos Espa don't support him and don't see him as a threat and don't see him as a leader. So Boba's slowly gaining forces, recruiting some okay allies for now. The young biker gang's actually pretty cool. They're kind of like cyborgs. I mean, they're young kids, but they've been augmenting themselves with cybernetics, and that's really cool. So he's getting there. I'm not going to say too much else, but the show's getting really good, and I'm excited for episode 4 because we're seeing about, who the real enemy of the show is. And we've actually already seen the enemy. Yeah, not going to spoil too much. I don't want to say everything. But we don't have to deal with the Hutts anymore. We probably don't have to deal with the Wookiee from the last episode anymore, as that storyline has been resolved in episode 3. It's a short season. I think there's only going to be 8 episodes. Yeah, it's going great. I love that they're showing Boba come to power, realizing that, he feels he's in control, but he's starting to see that no one else sees him as important. His time is over. No one feels he's intimidating anymore. And he's starting to accept that. And he has to grow into the role and gain the respect of everyone. And how he does it is still up for debate. I still don't know what he's actually planning to do. Because he still doesn't seem like the violent type. Like he's kind of gone back to being passive again. Back in episode 1. And everyone else is being the violent ones for him. And he's against it. And that's still not a good sign. But I guess it kind of goes into the thing of him thinking he's in control. And he's not. So, the more he sees that he's not in control, hopefully he'll be intimidating again. I mean, he doesn't have to be. But that's who Boba Fett was in the comics. And how we all know him. And he's still, he's getting there. He's getting there. Overall, great episode. I loved it. I might want to say it's my favorite episode so far, even though it's a shorter one. Not a lot of action, but I kind of just like the story, and that's why it's my favorite. So if you're still on the fence about watching the show, it's getting better every single episode. I dread the moment where I'm going to come back and say this shit sucks. And you know what? That might happen. But here's hoping it doesn't. So anyway, thanks for watching. If anybody's still interested in my Nun Massacre thing, I am recording it very slowly. The game is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Generally scary when I'm playing it. It is coming. I'm just really slow with it. I got my own problems in my personal life going on right now that I'm trying to get through. So, thanks for being patient. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'm going to struggle to stop the recording. Have a great day.